Hey, it's your girl Angela.
It's your guy Mike D.
And we are the Uncomfortable Truths Podcast, presented by NSN, live from Brown Sugar Water Studios.
We created this podcast to have unfiltered, unapologetic, and authentic conversations through the lens of a Black millennial couple.
We'll be sharing stories about everyday life while also providing insights. So kick back, grab your drink, and let's get into the uncomfortable truth.
Hey, what's up, Angie? How you doing today? You feeling good?
I'm good. You know, it's Saturday. The house is clean. I had a really good therapy appointment this morning, and I got like really good Saturday energy going on.
Big pie energy.
Big pie energy. How are you doing, baby?
You know, I'm feeling good. You know, yesterday got some good news. Boy got a young promo. Shout out to Mike D. Shout out to Growth all 2021.
This is Angela clapping. Just a little ASMR for you guys.
So I figure we could take a shot in celebration. So if I got something, go ahead and pour up with us. Me and Angie, we got a shot of dog we about to take on the
Hennessy
pod.
for those who don't know.
So this is just for wealth, health, and success all 2021 to everybody. Let's get it.
You heard that clink? It hit the table.
Here we go. Oh, that's big pie energy. Now I'm ready.
Big pie energy. I need another shot.
You feeling all right?
So
What are you drinking besides that shot of Henny we just took? Whoo, that feels good.
Shout out to all the ASMR. I'm just really talking about this because I know you all heard us gulp right now. So let's just, if you enjoyed it, don't feel bad. It's a whole bunch of people who did.
You can sign up to our Patreon, our ASMR Patreon.
Yeah, I'm about to do that. I got a mechanical keyboard and everything, and I got rings on. Anyway,
you gotta keep that low.
Okay. Let y'all know when it launches. Anyway, I am sipping on some red wine in my favorite stem glass. Honestly, the only one in the house. Everything else doesn't have stems because I broke.
Yeah, make sure you tell the whole story.
I broke one because, I cleaned it up though because I'm a G like that. Anyway, Michael, what are you sipping on?
I am drinking on some Henny. Brought some celebratory Henny. You know, that's the go-to. That probably do say Ace of Spade if you got it like that. Even though I did get a little promo, I ain't got it like Ace of Spade. So not yet. So just a little hen dog.
I'm so proud of you.
Oh, thank you, baby. I appreciate that. So we got a cause. We gotta find things to celebrate for sure in 2021.
Yeah. Joy is just so important. And speaking of joy, who's happier than a dog?
I know. You see her over there licking herself. You good, Lita? You want to say anything to the people before we get started?
To specify, she's licking her foot, not her lady part.
I don't know if anyone head went there.
I mean, I'm a dog mom, so I'm all about specifying, giving the dog a little bit of agency over here. She has been my dog for 8 years. Dang, she really getting that ankle.
No,
you all right?
She going there.
Lita, you okay? Don't be looking at me while you do it, you little weirdo. Anyway.
All right, so appreciate everybody tuning in with us. So we're gonna get into it. What are we talking about today?
Don't touch my hair.
Ooh.
Our lots. We are talking about our lots of love, our lots that we started together, our lots that we just love having them. What else can we say about our locks, babe?
There's a lot. Hopefully we got a decent amount of content that we're gonna get into.
Oh, we do. I have lock products, lock goals, lock envy.
So where do you want to start? You want to start with a story?
Yeah, I want to start with story time.
Okay, go ahead. You want to start?
Yeah. So I remember, I think it was the summer of, was it 2019? Yeah, because we started in November. So I just remember calling you, and I was like parked in like the driveway of like my mom's house, and I think I told you like I was getting locks. And then in that moment, you told me that you wanted to get locks too. And at this time, I was thinking about getting locks for a couple of months, a couple of weeks. I was getting 2-strand twists. It was hot. And you know, my hair was just doing its thing, and I was like, okay, that's fine. And I've been talking to my stylist about getting locks for a very long time. So on this one day, I told Mike, I said, I finally decided I'm getting locks. I booked the appointment for starter locks, and we started with some comb coils or whatever that method of starting is called. And yeah, and then when you told me that you wanted to start with me, I was honestly shocked. I was like, are you doing this just because I'm doing this because you're so in love with me? You're so hooked on me. Yeah.
I would say that, right? And it's easy to think that, or to, if someone hear that story, to perceive like, oh, you're just, especially if you know me, I had the same hairstyle for about 15 to 20 years or whatever.
Which is a light afro?
Yeah.
A light afro?
Afro. Different sizes through the years. Sometimes it was smaller. Sometimes it was bigger. Sometimes it was nappy. Sometimes it was curly. Right? No, my afro, but it was a staple. So if somebody hear that story and could be like, okay, now I understand why Mike got locks. He did it for love, or he did it to, for we could do it together. But if you really, really know me, I don't do anything that I don't want to do. Like,
true. But it was such a coincidence. I was like, oh, he really wants to be on this journey with me.
I've been thinking about it for a long time. And that's pretty much with a lot of things that I've been thinking about doing for a long time before I met you. Now, like, since I met you, like, right, my hair is different. I'm in grad school, started a podcast network.
Was that a level up? Did you just say?
I just said, yeah, I'm giving you your flowers. But so what I'm saying
I need
is
another
that
shot.
When you said that, I was like, okay, well, this is the perfect time, because I've been wanting to change my hair. Right? Women do it all the time, but it's normally a little bit more drastic. Whether it's cutting the big chop, whether it's dyeing.
Didn't do that.
Right?
Didn't do that until I got locks. Yeah.
So for me, it was like, okay, I need something different. Like I can't just keep wearing this fro, even though it was working for me, right? My life was good.
Great.
I looked fine. I was successful.
Yeah.
At work.
Had a
and
beard.
Everything. Ooh. My beard was very nice.
The beard gang. I love your
beard. I needed to prove to myself that I could do something different.
Yeah.
So once you said like I want to get locks, I'm like, all right, let's get it.
And I was like, okay. So I reached out to my stylist and tried to find a day where both me and Mike could start on the same day. So we had the same lock anniversary.
Well, you can say it like that.
I am saying it like that.
But for me, it was like, do I want to go? I just didn't feel comfortable as a man going to a women's stylist by myself for the first time.
Why?
Why? It was mainly because, right, she was your stylist. And it's not, I had a woman barber when I was in Indiana, so I don't have a problem with going to a woman stylist for my hair. But it was like she was your stylist. And I just know sometimes it can get messy if stuff start going the wrong way. So I'm like,
oh my Lord.
I don't want to go by myself. I don't know your stylist. Like, I don't know
he had the nervous jitters.
I'm like, let's go together for the very first time. We all, interact or whatever. We all together. So everything you
I
there
do remember
for
you saying that.
So that was just me. I was trying to avoid arguments, avoid falling outs and everything. I'm like, I don't have time for that. I need peace in my life. That I was like, let's go together.
I would have honestly, after like hearing you saying that again, it's like I hear what you're saying, but like I trust you and I trust my stylist, and
but you trust me more now than you did back then.
Yeah, that's true. I have trust issues stemming from abandonment issues. I have a father who chose not to be in my life, so I don't even want to call him that. Anyway, still working through that in therapy, which is why therapy is awesome. But back to the lock 100%. Conversation, like, my stylist, she's like professional. So I was just like,
100%. Shout out to Kay.
Yeah, so shout out to Kay. So I was like, hey, let's just start it on the same day. For me, it was more of the sentimental reasons. Yep. Like,
well, it worked out.
Lock couples. Yeah, it did. I mean, she didn't like that we came on the same day.
5 hours, 6 hours to twist it.
Of locking. Yeah, because my hair is like, it's thick. It's very soft. It's like a 4C 4B type of hair mixture.
Okay.
Michael has like 4A.
I have no idea.
4B hair. This is like for the naturalistas who know, like, you know what I'm talking about. So Mike's hair didn't take that long because his hair was short. He was growing out his afro for this moment.
Yeah, I grew up for. I got a.
You grew out your hair for like 2 months.
I got a haircut in July for a wedding. Mm-hmm. And then that was the last time I got it cut. And then I got an edge up in August for my birthday.
Yeah.
So I let it grow from July, from whatever it was,
to November.
I got a small cookie bus all the way to November. Which by November it did get to like a decent size.
Yeah, you was looking like, we're going back to the 70s and the 80s in that joint,
I was showing up to work. It was like, all right, Mike getting back into his old 70 bag.
Mike getting back into his bag. And for me, I think I just had 2-strand twists continuously leading up to starting our Locs. And that day, I got notified that I got into my graduate school program. That's another podcast about the program. But it was like a very sentimental day.
Yeah.
In our relationship and in both of our hair journeys that we now coin as like our Loc journey. So it's been a year and a couple of months.
Mm-hmm. And our dress looking great now. It's looking really good from where we started. Looking good. So you talked about the first day being sentimental. Let's talk about some other highs. What is a high that you've had with your hair?
I would say that a high that I had with my hair, like a high in this Loc journey, is like actually feeling my hair locking for the first time. I started with pretty long hair. I had hair around my shoulders, around that. So I didn't start with short hair after a big chop. Never had a perm. So actually feeling my individual lots and just feeling the hair doing its thing. And like right now I'm feeling my hair and it's just like, wow, like look at how far I've come and look at this hairstyle that I've chosen that I love. Because I've been in situations where I chose a hairstyle and I hate it. Okay. I have not hair horror stories, but hair like, I'm never going to do that again type of stories. But I never felt that way about my lots until this one time. So when we talk about our lows, I would bring that up. What were some highs for you? Or what are some highs with us right now?
I'm in a high right now. And probably ever since when I was able to, bun it or pony it up.
Yeah.
It was just because when I first got them, like, right, everyone go through their ugly stage unless like you got a full hair.
Like me.
But even still, you don't love it at first like you do later on. Mm-hmm. But for me, my hair was super short. They were super short. Almost like, the doodle balls back in the day. If you was trying to get like braids, you'll put your hair like little, small puffs to help your hair grow. And that's how my hair looked. And one day, like, it just got long enough and it just grew and I was able to put it in a bun. And then, like, I liked how I looked.
Yeah, you
like,
look
ever
amazing.
since then, I was like, all right, I love it. Like,
I love Mike and the man bun in his
have it
beard.
down, have it twisted. Whenever I go get an edge up, like I did today, because Valentine's Day is tomorrow.
Surprise me with an edge up.
I was like, you gotta keep it spicy.
I was like, why is he holding his locks back and like smiling at me? Mm-hmm. Like, you came home and you just held your hair back and you're just smiling at me. I'm like, what? I'm like, yeah, you look great. Your skin looks moisturized. Like, what do you want me to see? And I looked closer and I said, oh, he got his edge up and he got his beard trimmed.
Looking clean. I look good for the mouth.
I love Mike's beard.
So for me, that was a high just when I was able to, feel confident and just be myself and not when I leave the house worry about what is people going to say about my hair. Once I got to that point, that's been my high. I've kind of been there, ever since.
Right.
How about some lows? You want to go first, or should I start with a low since you started with a high?
Yeah, you can start with the low. I'll think a little bit on mine.
I think for me, my low, it was just, I talked about how when I got to the point where I was comfortable with them, it was when the first time I had to go into work. I think I was so like self-conscious when I was walking in. Like being an engineer at GM, right? We all about DE and I, but still, my group, my team, was mostly white. One black woman, on the team, and me with the from 7 other white people. Mostly conservative. If you hear their conversations and stuff. Mm-hmm. So I was just worried when I walked in, what was all my good work that I've been doing and all this good rapport, reputation I have, was it all going to go away and it was all going to be about my hair?
When you say that as a black woman who's worn natural hair in the workplace, the whole time I've been working, I've thought that every time I walked.
That's tough.
For every day, because one, my confidence was low, and two, is like, I have this hair that is sticking straight up, and this is how I want it to look.
So just walked in and like I just knew I was gonna get looks, but I didn't know if anyone was gonna say anything or anything like that. Yeah, and I was really surprised that no one really did, at least to me. Right, my boss was like, "Whoa, he was like, "Whoa, I didn't expect that." Or whatever.
I've gotten that type of reaction before. Ew, to those who do that, check yourself.
Yeah. Shout out to Paul. He taught me a lot.
Shout out to Paul, though. We love Paul.
So, but I think I don't think he meant anything by it, but obviously, like it matters because he's not coming from a point of like, oh, I'm trying to be like mean. It was like, oh my God, I'm so shocked, but he not realizing the whole time.
That's a microaggression
type of thing. Yeah.
Actually, macroaggression. That's not micro by any means. Yeah. That's macro as hell.
But for the most part, I got mostly good responses. This one older white woman, super nice. I was helping her with something, and like when I was about to leave, said, "Hey, just want to let you know, like I love your hair. Like I'm super proud of you that you wearing it like you want." And I was like, "No, that's her trying to be an ally or whatever."
Yo, that's a little too much. I didn't even know someone said that to you.
No, shout out to her. And I was like, I appreciate that. Like, I think she wanted me to feel comfortable
at home.
And everything.
Okay. Do you think she could tell that you felt some type of way?
It's possible. I mean, I didn't know her that well, so I don't know if she could tell if my energy was different. But I just think she know enough of how people feel because she hang out with a lot of the black women engineers. It's only a couple, but she hang out with them and she probably talked to them and know how like what you just talked about and probably just assumed I was feeling the same way. So, but just caring about what my white people at my job was going to think about my hair was probably the lowest I've been with them. Wow. But once I realized, and I woke up and realized who I am,
a king.
I was like, man, why their opinion doesn't matter? Like they come in looking like dogs some days with their hair looking like that. Yeah, I'm about to just come up my crown.
Hold on.
So,
I need some more Hennessy.
So that was my low. It's a whole bottle right here.
Hold up, piss the bottle. A little ASMR for you guys. Little ASMR.
This the promo bottle.
This the promo bottle? Oh, not too much. Wait, a little bit more.
There we go.
Not dogs. But shout out to the people who do keep up the hair of all races. But shout out to the black woman who in professional, quote unquote professional, corporate, nonprofit, just any type of work setting, who wear their hair out or do whatever to their hair. Like, just shout out to y'all for always walking into these workplaces. I am fortunate to where I don't have to care about what people see. At all, and I am comfortable in my skin.
Working from home is nice.
Yeah, working from home is really nice. I don't have to turn on any type of cameras, none of that. So I'm just so thankful for that space, and thank you for also sharing your lows with us. That can take a toll on you, right? Because you know how you look, but then we start thinking about what other people think about how you look, and then you're thinking, okay, how do I look? And it's like a endless cycle of being in your head, right? It's almost like anxiety, which I struggle with. So that's why I'm actually doing some hand motions that you all can't see, but I'm like drawing a circle because it can be an endless cycle if you're in your head all the time. So for me, a low was actually us having our locks, going to the salon, and then the coronavirus pandemic started. And I was just like, salons are closed. I need a wash and I need a retwist. What do I do? So basically, I kind of started to figure out how to wash and retwist my own hair, and then how to wash and retwist Mike's hair. I didn't use any YouTube videos. I probably should have, but I had a really stressful job at the time. I don't even want to bring up the company's name because of how much trauma it caused me. But anyway, at the time, I just was like, okay, how do I make sure like my hair is good and Mike's hair is good? And I also took on the responsibility of doing Mike's hair as like a service of love, and also knowing that I can do it because I have done my hair before. So I knew it was possible. So I did like a kind of palm roll finger twirl method with my hair and Mike's hair, and kind of doing that. So now our locks have like a very, and then I 2-strand twist after I like actually do the retwisting. And now our locks are like, you know, they look like a twist style on the locks. And I noticed that my hair would never like unbend itself, and kind of like the buzz that I had during the budding phase stayed. So now I have locks with buzz in them, and that's fine. But when I first realized that, I didn't think it was fine. So I kind of had lock envy because I thought my locks were going to look a certain way, and they weren't, because I would start taking care of them myself. So the moment that happened and I realized that the salons were open, I said, okay, I'm scheduling some appointments for us so that we can get back in the salon and that I can talk to my stylist, because I don't know what's going on. And I was so anxious and depressed at the time. Pandemic still going on. Jobs treat me like all types of dog shit. Shout out to Lita. You know, what's one thing I can do to help me feel better about myself at the time, because I was relying on external validation. So at the salon, my stylist was just like, hey, like, you know, your locks are doing their own thing, but people, they literally buy lots from the store to like your locks. What you have are butterfly locks. So now, since she said that I got that external validation, that stuck with me. I say that I have natural butterfly locks. My locks look different from a lot of YouTubers and people I see, but I love when I see representation of other women who have butterfly locks. And I purposely am saying locks and not dreads. That is a purposeful thing. I know we're going to get into that later. But that was a low for me, really getting anxious about how my locks were turning out. And I don't think it was even 1 year yet, or maybe it was. But I was just like, oh, we got to get back in the salon, you know. Because honestly, I was scared. I had those fears. I was not going into an office or a professional space, but I was like, what the hell are my locks doing right now? Not really understanding the phases, not really educating myself, but kind of like Googling and looking up stuff. Like, it's like, what's that site where you can look up your health conditions? Like,
oh, WebMD.
Yes, that's what I was doing for my locks. And there's no lock WebMD, so I kind of was just like making myself go a little crazy. I'm gonna take a sip of this Hennessy.
Gotta get some Douce next.
Gotta get some Douce next week.
Shout out to Hov.
Shout out to Hov. So yeah, that was a low. Mike helped me work through it, because when I get like that, it kind of stays with me. But we all take a deep breath and we exhale. Woosah. Everything is fine. And I have these butterfly locks that I love. And I just want to mention another high was dyeing my locks. Mm-hmm. I have like this brownish, reddish color, like a burgundy.
That was good.
What color? How would you describe the color? I have a hard time describing the color.
I would say more like a darker brown.
Like a red undertone?
Yeah.
I'm starting to feel the Hennessy now. Hold on, y'all.
That's Hen, dog. That's that celebratory Henny.
Okay.
So look, I do want to talk about dreads versus locks, right? Mm-hmm. Because I've always just said dreads. This is prior to me having them, right? I never really even thought about anything about it until you say like, no, it's dreads, no, it's locks, not, and explain why. And I'm gonna let you explain to the people in a second. But I was texting Naz, shout out to Naz, because
shout out to Naz again. This is the same dude who had the clubhouse invite.
So he started Locs. I can't remember. I think a little bit before us. Mm-hmm. And I was texting him about it, and I was texting him about it, and he was like, I said something about, I said dreads. And then he texted me back like, nah, it's Locs, my brother. I started dying laughing. I was like, yo, you sound like Angie. He was like, nah, 100. Like, don't let like white people determine like what we call our hair type of thing. And I was like, yeah, I know. It's just like a habit, and I'm trying to break it. Right. So it felt good that Nas was on that wave too. Right. So it's like I'm the only one I need to catch up. So that was good. But explain to the people that have them that still call them dreads, or people who don't have them who refer to people with locks hair as dreads. Let them know why we should not.
That is such a great question. First off, I just want to shout out Mike for his question asking ability.
Yo,
1,
60 minutes, get at me.
2, my aunt, I only known her with locks, and I grew up always seeing a woman who looked like me who had locks. Right. So kind of like being raised by her, I knew, okay, this is the terminology. Even when I went to the salon, it's terminology. So the reason why I don't like the word dreads is because it has a very negative feeling to it when it rolls off the tongue. I mean, think about it. Dreads. I think immediately of sorrow. Because of who I am, I think of slavery. And I think of the weight of change. I think of dreading something, like how I used to dread my job, okay? And I'm not going to refer to any strand on my hair that my ancestors gave me as dreads. Because I feel like that didn't even come from our culture. I feel like we never claimed that word, and we never made that word. But we have the word locks, and I spell it Locs, and that is what like the natural community calls it. And again, that's how I was raised to refer to the style. Now, I know places like YouTube have hashtag dreadlocks, or they just call it dreadlocks. YouTube needs to fix that. And I will put in a complaint when I have the time, if I have the mental capacity. But at this time, whenever I talk about my hair, I will say Locs, Locs. Okay? That's how I will teach my children to refer to them as. I haven't interacted with anyone who called my hair dreads because I don't really interact with a lot of people because of the pandemic. But if anyone wants to call my hair that, they will be corrected immediately. But anyone who knows me knows that is Locs. So, any thoughts on the matter? I mean, I know you shared some stuff, but...
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Words matter.
Right.
You're an author, and like you tell me that all the time. Like when we are communicating, you always tell me words matter. So tell me, like, say what you mean and mean what you say. Like, just tell me. And that's one thing that has helped us with our communication. Words matter. So if you want to bring light to something, you want to say dread, right? Right. Dreads are something you don't want to do. I dread sometimes going to work at 6 o'clock in the morning. Mm-hmm. All right. I dreaded walking into work with my locks the first day.
That's right. That's what dread is.
Yeah, exactly. Right. It make you feel right. If I walked in with a fade, I probably wouldn't feel any type of way.
Right.
I'd have walked in like, man.
That's like kind of normal.
Yeah, exactly.
It's normal.
I would walk in like, well, Mike got a haircut. That's it. But I walked in like, wow, okay. I was dreading what they was going to say.
Right.
So I think that's why get that word out of there and just be locks. Right. Or what twist. It doesn't. You won't feel as bad.
Butterfly locks. And I just want to add, like, black hair has always been racialized in this country, meaning that white people have defined it. White people in power have defined it and made it criminal.
Criminal, professional, unprofessional.
Yes. Having people in the workplace, in some workplaces, cut their locks off just so they could work or just so they could do a sport athletic sport, like how it's been criminalized and like they probably call it dreads. So given that, I feel like Locs is a way that we as Black people reclaim the hairstyle, and we make its heritage known, and we say it with honor and with beauty, because that's what it is. No matter how your locks look, you're starting out or you've been growing them for 20 years, like they're beautiful, they're locks, and that's that.
Okay, so we're talking about the terminology, and right, but let's talk about what you use to keep our hair up, because you pretty much take care of my hair.
I'm a home style loctician.
Shout out to my baby. Whenever I need something, I go to her. But so what products do we use? Something that we, even though no one sponsors us, something that people can use, to take care of their hair if their salon is closed, or if they want to save some money. Some things they can
save
do.
Some money.
Some things they can do at home. What's some products they can use that, or at least that you use, that you can recommend?
Yes. So I don't use any special shampoo or conditioner with me or Michael. I know that we have had Shea Moisture shampoo and conditioner since I could remember. Like, we bought it from Sam's Club, so it's a Sam's Club quantity, so we still have it. We're still using it.
It smells so good.
But when that's done, I want to move us to, I think it's called Design Essentials, and they have like a clarifying shampoo, and that should help us. So that's what I want to use moving forward. And for moisture, I know we use like Jamaican castor oil. That's like a heavier oil that we like to use to keep our hair moisturized. Also, our stylist has a hair oil that we like, and we're able to get it. We get some. And then we also use tea tree oil, and tea tree oil kind of like clears out bacteria and stuff. There are YouTubers who talk about the benefits of using tea tree oil on lots, but also shout out to my girl Gabby, who told me that tea tree oil helped her keep her hair moisturized during the winter and helped her with the itch, because sometimes hair can itch, especially when you haven't washed it in a minute.
Pat in the house.
I don't pat, I scratch. Okay, these are lots. I don't care about parts. I want to stop caring about having clean parts so much, and we'll get into the lot journey question later. But that's what we use. And honestly, what I am looking for our hair, because I feel like, lots are low maintenance, and we don't need that many products. I am looking for, yes, Mike, you look good, you guys. He's looking in the mirror right now, looking at his lots. Anyway, I'm looking for a lot gel for us that, one, doesn't cause a lot of buildup during over time, and two, I can use during a retwist. So right now, I actually use oil for a retwist. There are some locticians or YouTubers who use that. That's like kind of common, but not too much talked about. And at the salon, the stylists use lock gel or wax. I would never use wax. I don't know why. I just would never use wax. So I am looking for a lock gel. So I'm trying to gather recommendations so that during my next retwist in 5 weeks, I believe, I actually am going to use that product and get it for us, for both me and Mike. So those are some of the products. I mean, Mike, do you have any reviews on any of the products we use? Something that makes your locks feel good, or
that Jamaican castor oil, it's heavy. So, or it's not heavy in my hair, but like when I put it on,
it feels heavy in your hand.
It's thick. Pause. So when I put it in my hair, like, it lasts.
Yeah.
So I like that. I like that is my hair, it feels dry. It brings it back to life, and it lasts for a decent amount of time, so I don't have to worry about it, because I always forget. Luckily, you be like, "Hey, you oil your hair today?" I'm like,
yes, I do ask him that, because I love him and I want to see his hair flourish.
I appreciate that. So for me, that's something that I do like, is that I can put it in and I don't have to worry about it for a couple of days. Right? It's still moisturized. It feels good.
Yeah.
So how about a routine that you have? What's a routine that you do?
So I love that you asked that, because you said that you moisturize like every couple of days. Me, I moisturize every day.
Oh, really?
In the morning.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Is that why the oil goes so fast?
Yes, that's why.
I was like, what? Every 2 weeks, you go to Target to pick up some more? Like, we need some more already?
Excuse me, last time I went to Target and I picked up some more. But I moisturize my locks every day, because oftentimes they feel a little dry, or I find an itch. So after I, usually pick out the length because lots can like pick up length like any hairstyle, but length can somehow find its way wedged in between a lock if you don't
right.
like get to it soon enough. So I kind of like address anything that's like itchy. I kind of pick out the lint if there's any lint. And I moisturize my hair either with a Jamaican castor, or I said
gymnastics.
The Jamasking, the Jamaican castor.
It's that hen dog getting to her.
It is. Oh my goodness. Let's just take a moment to address the litness of this podcast.
Yes, I like that.
I love it. I'm a little ASMR for you guys. Anyway, I really just did that. So I moisturize my locks.
Yeah.
And then I work out. And I always make sure to moisturize my scalp and the actual locks themselves before I work out because I sweat. You know, it's like water, salt. So I kind of just want to protect my hair and keep it moisturized. And then I also may moisturize it after working out. And then if I shower, when I shower.
I would say if you shower.
I keep having kerfluffles. So after I shower, if my hair like got wet, I just embrace whatever water got in my hair and I just smooth it through my hair. And I call it a day. It's not the perfect lock routine, but here's the thing. There's no perfection when it comes to lock routine. And it makes my mornings so easier. Like I wake up and I can just do whatever. Like I remember like just always like untwisting and twisting my hair and trying to see if it looked right, if it met the standards of my workplace. But now I don't do any of that. And it's the most beautiful thing ever. I never felt so much freedom when it comes to my hair. So, Mike, what is your lock routine?
I wait for you to say, "Hey, Mike, did you oil your scalp?"
See, I'm trying to get him off that because
They're like, "Oh yeah, you're right. Let me go do that."
I don't even ask you sometimes. I'm like, it just is what it is. If he want to walk around with an ashy scalp, that's on him.
Now, sometimes, be like, yo, my hair is like itching me like crazy.
And I see him scratch, and I'm like, well, since you gotta do this yourself.
It's just I went through so many years of like with my afro.
That's true.
Just washing it, like every like a couple of days. Well, especially because I played ball so much, worked out. He's
so good at basketball, you guys.
What'd you say?
You're so good at basketball.
I haven't played in a year,
but you're still so good.
Hopefully, but like so playing ball, working out, my hair, I would sweat a lot, so I had to wash my hair, condition. I had like my own little treatments that I was used. Then when I met you took me to another level. Right? It was easy, not easy, but it was like I was constantly taking care of it, so I was almost in a routine.
Yeah.
But with my locks, right, I got used to just going to the salon, getting it washed
Spoiled as hell.
Not having to worry about washing it, right? See, if I put oil in it, it'll last me a decent amount of time, and then I could do it maybe once, and then I'm back at the salon. But now I got to get into a routine where I'm taking care of it all the time, and I'm not there yet. Mm-hmm. So I said, thank God that you say something, because if not, my locks probably would have fell off. They would have just dried up. And
they would not have fallen off.
Fall off. So let's talk about some goals and hopes. And I don't know if those two are different.
True.
But I guess what are some goals of yours?
Yeah, I want to say I kind of just like put that in the notes. It's like goals or hopes. Like,
well, they could be like my goal is to get to my shoulder, but I guess I can have hopes to get longer. Okay. But at least my goal is to at least get to my shoulders.
I think that's a good length. Like I think at that length for you, it won't be too heavy. You'll be able to do a variety of hairstyles, and I just can't wait to see it because right now it's your longest hair is actually to like the back of like almost like your neck. You have like neck length locks. So I'm just like really proud of how far you come, and I think that the shoulder length mark is a good milestone for you.
How about you? What are some of your goals and hopes?
So this year I want to retwist less. So I'm talking about like 6 to 8 weeks between retwists. Okay. I also want to learn how to palm roll by watching YouTube videos, because YouTube University, shout out to YouTube. And also just look at other retwisting techniques. I mean, I knew that there was like another method. I am forgetting the name of it right now because I don't use that method. But I find the palm rolling to just be super accessible. Oh, interlocking. Like, I know there's interlocking, but first off, the startup costs of interlocking were a lot, and my stylist did like coils and that type of starter lock. So I just really want to learn how to maintain my palm rolling and also not care as much about parts. I don't think that locks are meant to have clean parts, but when they do, yeah, it looks great. Yeah, I love all the lock people on YouTube, but like, I'm trying to get out of that mindset of having clean parts because, like, what's the point? I mean, I'm not that nitpicky. I mean, I'm not that type of woman.
And
so,
we rarely leave the house often.
Yeah, I'm actually a hermit. So, yeah. So those are like some of my goals and hopes. And I guess like when it comes to length, I don't really have like a length goal. So it just is what it is. But if it gets too heavy, I will be cutting off some inches.
Right,
because I know like when people get longer locks, they talk about how when it gets wet, it is so really heavy. Wow. And I've been watching a lot of lock videos in preparation for this episode. So yeah, I just know, like, I know my length will tell me when it's time. Like, this is it. Right now, I wouldn't say my locks are to my...
Yeah, a little past your shoulders.
Yeah, a little past my shoulders. Mind you, I started with my locks around Mike's length, so it has gained some inches. Yeah, we're super happy about the length that we have gained and the beauty of it. And I'm also super proud of my butterfly locks. So just always loving them and just, trying different drying methods. Right now we air dry, but I'm like super paranoid about our locks getting mold and mildew. We don't have mold and mildew, just for clarification. But I'm just going to look in different drying methods, like getting an attachment to the hair dryer or even getting like a dryer we can like sit under. So kind of investing in that.
All right. So we talked about a lot. Is there anything else that we want to add? I do have something that I want to add. I don't know if you want to go first or not.
No.
All right. So I don't know if this is a conversation that we need to have today, how deep we want to get into it or whatnot. But one thing that I do like about having locks, and that is with you doing my hair. And it's like one of my favorite things. Like whenever you want to, how do I want to put this? Whenever you want to be nice to me, whenever you want to be like
like I'm mean to you?
No.
Damn.
It's almost like that's what I'm saying. How I want to say it. Like do I want to call it foreplay? Like I don't want to go that far. But
where's my Hennessy?
He grabbed the Henny. Like we talking now.
We having a good time. Welcome
right?
to Uncomfortable
it's very,
Truths.
Like when you do it, to me, it's almost like intimate. Like it feels good when you intimate. Play in my hair, or when you're in my hair and you're doing it, and I'm just sitting down in between your legs, and like, your palm rolling, we watching TV. And like it's like a moment.
And the dog is like next to us. And she's just like chilling. She's laying down. And I actually love doing your hair. I don't like doing my hair, but I like doing your hair because I've seen how far your hair has come.
Okay.
And I also seen how far my own home style lock technique has come. And mind you, it was forced on by the pandemic, but then it turned into something that I embraced, a new skill, a new way for us to save money, and a way to always bring us together. Like, we've been kind of busy. Like, you're starting your podcast network, NSN, no people needed. Shout out to NSN. But I love those moments too.
So that's one reason why, if you want to get a locks, you want to get braids or something, I don't recommend getting braids or cornrows.
I like braids and cornrows. I don't miss it though.
Just get locks. Just get locks.
Yeah, just get locks.
Now, so I know some people like the flexibility of, okay, I want the lock look, but not all the time. Maybe I just want a ponytail, like an afro puff ponytail.
Well,
Just wear afro.
Yeah.
I understand.
I used to be that. Like, I used to get crochet locks.
Yeah.
But, like, those locks had plastic in them. You know,
Oh,
like
really?
the Bobby Boss. Okay,
Oh.
you don't know.
No,
but
I don't know.
some people know that when you buy, like, locks from the store, they have, like, plastic in them.
Really? I had no idea.
And I'm just like, what the hell is this plastic? Like, this is flammable as hell. Like, let me tell you something. My own locks feel beautiful. Like, they're lightweight. They move when I move. Like, they do their own little dance. And we're just in rhythm together all day. No matter how I have my hair. Like, this is, like, the epitome of, like, my heritage on my head. And I don't know if there's any other way to say it. And one thing I do love about us both having locks is, like, especially, like, when you oil my hair and, like, you moisturize like that. One, it's like a scalp massage, so it feels freaking amazing.
Yeah,
That's
I
something.
put a little sauce on it.
A little sauce on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something that you cannot get at the spa. That's something that
You better
spas
not
don't know. No, because sometimes spas have, like, head massages.
Okay.
But I'm just like, do you think about black people when you put head massage in the description? Because I don't think you do. Because first off, I don't want you touching my head.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm super picky.
They probably do think about black people because they want us to sign up for it because that's their way of sneakily touching our hair. Like
No.
I'm just saying.
You're bringing back all the memories of when people have touched my hair and have not asked me, and I wanted to, like, swing on them.
Oh.
Like, just straight swing. Anyway, that doesn't happen anymore. Praise everything. But yeah, I really love when you moisturize my hair and when you, like, give me a scalp massage. I feel like that is, like, some of the most intimate times and moments, and it really just brings me back into the present. And when you think about an expression of love, like, that's it. You know, that's it right there. So it's nothing like starting a lock journey with the love of your life.
That's deep.
I'm just saying, I do right. But those are the words that those memories brought to me.
Okay. So what is the uncomfortable truth that we want to highlight from this episode?
Oh, that's a good one. I went first last time, so you go
Okay.
this time because I'm petty like that.
No, we can take turns. I'm okay with that. For me, it is right when you change your hair, right? You're gonna have the feeling of, almost say external pressure.
Yeah.
Especially if you go to a more black hairstyle, whether it's like braids, cornrows, locks, afro.
Yeah.
Right? If you work for mostly white company, which is mostly most companies, Fortune 500 companies.
Mm-hmm.
If you are, working in those places.
Bless you.
Excuse me.
My
I'm sorry.
goodness. It better not be the coronavirus up in this place.
Nah, just a little sneeze. I have allergies. It's something messing with my nose right now. But if you work for one of those companies, right, you might feel some type of way.
Yeah. It's okay.
Get them 100%. I don't want to give them a lot of credit for doing what's right. But, right, I'm only speaking for GM because that's where I work. Shout out to my promo. I can only talk about what they're doing, and they are trying to clean up the culture.
I love to hear that.
And I hope that other places are too.
Mm.
But I mean, maybe you can be the person to change it. My cousin just became the first supervisor at his company in their 80-year history. Why? It took 80 years. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But he's there now, and now, right now the next person can come. And maybe that company decided, okay, we see our fault in our ways, change the culture. The companies are changing the culture, and I think we have to be our authentic black selves now, because they are saying, okay, be yourself, and then we're gonna try to adjust, and for that we all can just be ourselves, and we all can work, because that's the best way to be it. So just know you're gonna feel some type of way. It's all right. Just go in there, be confident, do what you do, and you'll be all right. So now, what's yours, baby?
I just want to add on that because that is such a positive message that needs to be heard, and I agree with every word. And with that, I just want to say it may be hard to love yourself in those moments, but do it anyway. If that's the one thing you do, if that's the one affirmation that you make for yourself, say, I love me, I love my hair no matter what it is, whether it's a lock, a braid, a twist, a weave, a press and curl, a perm.
If you bald,
You bald, you ain't got no hair, you got a beard though, like
shout out to the men without the beards too.
shout out to the men without the beards.
Everybody can grow the beard.
Okay, you're just over there blessed. But no matter what you have on your head, if you know, just know you are descended from greatness and that you deserve love no matter how you look, no matter how you walk into the office or virtual office. Like, you deserve love, and just tell yourself that you love yourself. And this is something that I do. So that's the uncomfortable truth. Like, just love yourself even when other institutions, organizations, systems, people, family members, friends, boyfriends, whatever, tell you not to. Just do it. Because you deserve it. You deserve every ounce of love. Because you are your ancestors' wildest dreams. I did not make that quote. I got it from a t-shirt or a creator. But that sticks with me. So when I have my locks, I know I am my ancestors' wildest dreams. Like, that's why this hairstyle just feels so good and so natural. And, like, I don't ever plan on, like, getting rid of my locks. Like, this is just something that I will have up until the day that is my homegoing.
It's a little dark.
I mean, I'm a writer, so I go there, but at the same time, it's just like, you know, I love you, Mike loves you, and we believe in you and your hair journey, because we know how it's like to have very Afrocentric hairstyles in a white environment, but also in a majority Black environment, because it can also be that, oh, you need to perm your hair type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like that hatred that can
that's true.
persist within our own families and communities. So even in those environments too, and I don't think we touched on that enough, like, love your hair in those environments too, when people who look like you that you may trust, and they end up painting your hair, you're like, hold
on. Most of the jokes came from my friends.
Yeah,
initially,
that's something to touch on.
But that's how we are.
Okay, so my friends not like that.
I expected that.
I love my friends. They love me too.
Because when
I'm sensitive as hell.
One of my friends tried to start and get locks. That was it. Get locks. I don't know, 15 years ago. We call him one of the Wayans brothers.
Who are super successful, funny, and handsome.
But they all have those small, at least Marlon and Sean did, those small little locks or whatever they were. And we called him a Wayans brother, and like he got rid of them immediately.
Wow.
But we were like 14, 15, 16, right? We were young and dumb. So, but even to this day, like, they kind of cracked on me, especially the one who cut his.
Don't let me hear it.
He came back. It was like, now it's my turn to give it to you. But I didn't take it any type of way because that's how we roll. But it is people that will talk about your hair that look like you. And that's something real that we do. That's a conversation we need to have. Though.
Yeah, we need to have that conversation. And I just want to say, like, our kids aren't here yet, but, like, I just want to let them know, like, I love your hair. I can't wait to see it grow and flourish. I know I'm getting, like, super deep, but I've been having, like, I don't know, super feelings about just having kids. So, just can't wait to create that environment where I embrace whatever their hair looks like, whatever they go through. And shout out to my mom for just teaching me how to love myself and embrace my hair, and for not letting me get a perm when I asked for a perm when I was little, because I didn't know any better. So shout out to my mom.
Ms.
Like,
Jane,
I love you, mommy. Like, you're literally the best. You're the reason why I have locks. I think Miss James may get locks one day. she told me she's considering it.
We're working on her.
Yeah, and I told her I can maintain her hair. So Hopefully that could be like a mommy daughter journey that we have. That's the Hennessy, y'all.
All right, so it's been a nice episode, great episode, great topic.
Episode. I love talking about hair.
Hey, same, likewise. So I think we talked about highs, talked about the lows, gave some advice, and hopefully some routines. What's some ways that people can learn about taking care of their locks? Any type of website or anything that you found before we get out of here, anything you want to pass along, somewhere they can learn some information.
So I want to say first, if you trust your stylist, because some stylists are like really money hungry. Like, I get it, you gotta like pay the bills, but like if you trust your stylist, ask them about locks, ask them if they're willing to do them, if they don't already offer that, and start your journey. 2, also do your own research on YouTube. There is like just a ton of people who talk about locks on YouTube. That's something that I did earlier, but it's okay that I didn't. Like, I'm here, like we're all here. So no matter how you start your journey, like just know you can always reach out to me or Michael. Like, we both offer different perspectives, but we have like a very similar mindset. Like, we're happy that we made the choice to get locks. Also, there's like a lot of inspiration about locks on Instagram. If you like just type in LOCS, like a lot of those people type up. But just remember, like, everyone's locks look different. Like, I thought my locks would look one way and they turned out another. That's why I said my locks are butterfly locks. Just because they're doing their own thing. They're doing their own bending. They have their bumps. Some of them are straight, some of them are not. And like, just learn to accept that. And like, you need words of encouragement, feel free to hit me up on Instagram. I'm happy to hype anyone up. 2020,
encouraging people. 2021.
You said 2020. I was like, hold up.
Hey, yo, we've been drinking a lot of.
It's the pandemic. It's the Henny, but it's also like the love for our hair.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we're here saying something genuine, and we just want to encourage people in this journey. And if any couples are out there thinking about starting that transition together, like, just happy to hold a conversation with you.
Wow. All right, babe, let's get out of here.
But before we go, always remember, it's better to be woke by the uncomfortable truth than rot to sleep with a bed of lies. Talk to you all next week.